I was comparing with the chapters of Acts with the chapters of the Gospel of John. For example, this is the first thing that got my attention, comparing John 9 with Acts 9. When you look at John 9, Jesus met the blind. I believe he was blind, whom he healed, and the blind man who was healed went to the synagogue and gave his testimony. And but when he was kicked out, he was cast out of the synagogue. Jesus met him once again, and when Jesus said, "Do you believe on the Son of God?" The one who was blind said, "Who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him?" And Jesus said, I am him." Let me read it to you. So here we have John 9, verses 22, 35, 36, and 37. These words spake his parents because they feared the Jews, for the Jews had agreed already that if any man did confess that he was Christ, meaning Jesus, he should be put out of the synagogue. Verse 35, Jesus heard that they had cast him out, and when he had found him, he said unto him, Dost thou believe on the Son of God? He answered and said, Who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him? And Jesus said unto him, Thou hast both seen him, and it is he that talketh with thee. And a similar story was found in Acts 9, where it was the Apostle Paul, or Saul as he was known, who was on his way to Damascus, and God revealed himself to him. And in Acts 9, verse 5, it says, And he said, Saul said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And verse 20, it says, Straightway he preached Christ in the synagogues, that he is the Son of God. And a third place that I found was in Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53 is on the third cycle, the ninth book of in the Innerwheel of Isaiah. Here, I'll show you in a minute. Isaiah 53 is on the ninth book, third cycle. And verse 1 starts with, Who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? I mean, in John 9's case, it was the blind man who believed the report, and Jesus revealed himself to him. Jesus is the arm of the Lord which revealed himself to him. And despite Saul persecuting the church at first, the same thing is true with him. Jesus revealed himself to him, and he actually believed. At the end, he believed the report, the gospel. Now, looking on the ninth book, there's something not similar, but similar wording, but in a contrast, meaning in unbelief. And this was the case of Nabal. Let me start from verse 10. 1 Samuel 25 verse 10. And Nabal answered David's servants and said, Who is David, and who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my flesh that I have killed for my shearers and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? So David's young men turned their way and went again and came and told him all those things. And David said unto his men, Gird ye every man his sword. And they girded every man his sword, and David also girded on his sword. And there went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. This time it was Nabal questioning, Who is David? I'm not sure if Proverbs 30 has the verses are inspired. It might be. I haven't checked everything in detail, but one thing that got my attention was the 9th verse of Proverbs 30. I'll read from the 7th verse. Two things have I required of thee, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanities and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Lest I be full and deny thee, and say, Who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal, and take the name of my God in vain.